a little recap. You guys,
All died.
you guys were on the boat. You fought the mud methods. You pulled into the docks on the outskirts of Eldergard, about an hour away. Made the trek to Eldergard, stayed there for the night. Woke up the next morning. Kind of exploring different opportunities within the city. A couple of those being the Sanctioned Fight Arena, the Sanctioned Fight Club, and the Cantina Casino, where some of you lost a lot and some of you gained a lot. But that is the nature of gambling, I suppose. Either way, I think for the most part, everybody had a decent time, either
Except
winning
Rosie.
or losing, except for Rosie, who decided to drink afterwards, which I have a funny clip of that. Just like so worn out of the night and just, Rosie's gonna go drink.
Mans was up like 60 gold and
yeah.
went back down to nothing. Damn.
I was ahead until I tried to reach for the stars.
The delivery of the Rosie's gonna go drink was hilarious.
Just gonna go drink.
Previous to that, though, you did check out the Fight Club and essentially signed up, or attempted to anyway. There was an individual who was kind of what's the word?
Flaky.
Flaky,
Consistent.
yeah. Flaky on his appearance, and that they said they would sign you up if at all possible. Signed a waiver, got the rules down and everything. Pretty straightforward. And then that is when you hit the casino. But
Naked man punching fight.
as you guys finished up at the casino, you realized it was pretty late at night. Approximately at this time, I want to say like 8 or 9. Yeah, time is roughly 8 p.m. As the city life is still going on about its extravagant and vibrant life, even through the night, even through the darkness. Like I've stated before, the city is kind of one that if there's a particular thing you're trying to find, you could more than likely find it. Maybe a little bit above MSRP, but it's nonetheless probably going to be here. But it's 8 p.m. Fights start at midnight. If there's anything you guys would like to do prior, now would be the time to do it. Or we could fast forward to... well, you guys can go there and then kind of like, see what the place consists of prior to fights and so on. So
I think I was going to check to see if the horses had made it yet.
yes.
Because we hadn't verified.
I think...
We
yeah.
already did that.
Well, no.
No, I didn't. They weren't there yet. Whenever I got there, and then I said after we left the casino, I was gonna go and check to see if they'd arrived yet.
Right. Would everybody like to follow? Just so that I have accountability for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go along with him, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause it's kind of on the way, right? It's like
Well,
No.
you guys, I thought you guys wanted to go to the fight pits. I was just gonna go. I mean, you can come along if you all want to, but I was just gonna go separately to check.
Yeah, I know Arosi's fight is soon. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Rosie's probably just gonna rest up in the time being. Just if we still have the room in room rented out, he'll probably just stay in his room in the meantime.
I don't think you guys bought another night. But you can if you'd like.
yeah, we weren't expecting to stay another night.
I think the plans were to leave after the fight afterwards. So
Yeah, so we probably don't have a room anymore.
But
screw
that's
the
fine.
room then. Rosie's probably just gonna go to the fight club and watch whatever fights come, or travel with Anarian.
Well, which one? The fights don't
Let's
start
travel-
until midnight.
Yeah,
And then
let's travel with Anarian then.
Okay. Then, for the sake of everybody, I'm just going to assume everybody's kind of traveling with the Narian. Or everybody's traveling towards the western stables to go and check up on the horses. The walk isn't very far, and it's not... It's out of your way, essentially, to answer your question, Iljor. So it's it's kind of like on the other part of the other end of the city, sort of. But there's plenty of time. So making your way through the city streets, still filled with people, the occasional human or halfling, half-orc, kind of like selling different items, makeshift, homemade kind of things. And like I've stated before, it's filled with sort of amateur entrepreneurship around here at all times. You finally make it to the Western Stables. The old gnome that was present the day prior, or I guess I should say earlier in the day, is not around. And with stables like these, the way the sort of normally there's somebody here, but he is not currently present. But looking around towards the different carriages and horses, searching for approximately 10 to 15 minutes, looking closely at every single one, you do end up finding your horses in one of the small patches of land in the stables that are currently, they look like they've been well fed. They don't look to be any sort of condition that would be unfavorable. You check the carriage for any and all things that were present before leaving, and everything is currently there. Though in a city like this, you could imagine that thievery is a big possibility. But I don't think you guys left anything in there that would be hugely important.
No. Anything that was important that we would have left in there is in the bag of holding.
You would have left the bag of holding in there?
No, I said anything important that we would have left inside the carriage would be inside the bag of holding.
Okay.
Instead.
You guys were talking about like getting a hidden compartment on the carriage. I don't remember if you guys ever did that, or did you guys just speak about that?
I don't think so.
No,
I
we just talked about it because we were at the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
I'd asked.
Yeah.
Anybody have craft carpentry?
It would take a time to learn.
If anything,
Are we able to just open up the gates to the stable to take our cart out? I mean, it's ours, but I don't see this homie anywhere. Is there like a building that he might be at?
there's a small shack on the left side that's sort of like used as like it's like a one-room kind of thing, you could imagine, possibly. But the stables are open.
He's just not anywhere to be seen.
Yeah, he's just not anywhere to be seen currently.
I guess I'll go to that building to see if I can find him so that we can tell somebody we're taking our cart.
Okay. On the small eastern end of the stables themselves houses a small building, like a one-room thing, one window, one door, fairly small, kind of up against some other sort of small buildings that are kind of begin to trickle more into the city. As you walk up to the door, a faint torchlight kind of stands on the right side, illuminating this little entryway. Knocking on the door a few times, you hear the spin of the knob as the door opens to a very dimly lit room with various paintings and different structures within. The old gnome is standing approximately 3 feet tall, or 2.5 feet tall, however tall gnomes are. On an elevator, it's like kind of elevated a little bit, so you're kind of like meeting him, not necessarily eye to eye, but like you're looking at his, like knees right now. As the door opens, he quickly, "Yes, can I help you?"
Yes. Do you remember me from earlier? I came looking for my cart.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've read in the ledger that we checked them in several hours ago. Are you taking them now?
I saw it. I was. Is there somewhere we can park it next to the fight pits where I could like stay out with it, or where we could like set up the horses?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's several parking places in the city.
Okay.
It should be no trouble. Although this time of night might be a little difficult, but if anything,
I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. But just so I can account for it, you are taking them away from the stables.
I am. Yes. Yeah. I'll take it.
Very well. Very well. As he looks to both of his sides, kind of like touching his pockets. I'll make note. Is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
I think that should do it. Thank you.
Very well. Have a great night.
And I'll hood up and everything. I'll make my way back to the cart unless anybody followed me.
I'm glad that the horses are okay. I'm just over here like petting one of the horses
We should be able to park them somewhere near where we're going, so we could leave quickly.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right.
As you begin to gather your things and settle the horses up to maneuver out of the stables, process takes only a few minutes as everybody kind of gathers within the cart. And who's driving?
Eldor.
No, George drives because he's got the animal handling.
Troops, as you gather the reins and maneuver the horses out of the stables, making your way back towards the inner parts of Eldergard. The journey is slow, and just to kind of maneuver around people and large groups and of the such. Heading back towards the building where you guys were, you arrive roughly around 8:45. So you still have a few hours before the fights begin. And as you get there, the two-story building that was spoken about prior in the prior session, there's many groups of people surrounding the outskirts of the building, talking amongst themselves. Some look like fighters, some look like just observers. There's a plethora of different kinds of people, a melting pot, if you will, of different people who just love to watch people fight. The doors of the building have been propped open with various lights illuminating the surrounding area so that everybody can see fairly well. You do find parking not so close to the venue, but within probably like a minute and a half walk. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
Something that you could easily get to at the end.
It's like in front of another store nearby.
It's kind of like in an alley a little bit, along with other horses and carriages, that are parked. It's not like, completely out of, just, it's a parking area essentially. Is what I'm trying to say. It's not like standing somewhere in the open anywhere. But yeah, jumping out of the cart, going up to the building. I'm assuming everybody is going inside.
By the way, we haven't established it yet, but do the horses have a name? Carlisle.
No. I have not given them a name, so we can always give them a name.
I'm pretty sure we already settled on a name, did we?
Did we?
That was for the
No,
Thieves Guild.
The Thieves Guild horses were Spirit and Soul, but we didn't decide on those names.
Right.
Carlisle had horses for an entire year and a half and never named them.
Never named them.
Horse 1 and Horse 2.
Should we leave somebody with the cart, or is it in an area where we wouldn't have to worry about?
We could probably
You don't know.
tie them up in the
but-
meantime.
Anybody can come around and untie a wagon.
It's true.
Well, is there anything? We don't have anything valuable inside the wagon, don't we?
Aside from the wagon itself.
Well, I
and
suppose
the
that's fair,
horses.
but then what would stop them from taking anybody else's wagon too?
Exactly my point. It doesn't.
Do we have a lock?
No, I do not.
A lock on what?
To somehow lock up the carriage as is and keep the horses from being taken away?
Somebody could just cut the rope or something. We should just have someone sit here.
I can remain if we need it.
It could work. Get yourself some rest and a little bit of peace away from the crowds that'll be in there.
Yes.
All right, Aniria.
Or I'll remain.
We'll come see you after the fight's done.
Ugh.
I
He'll take a
appreciate you
drink
staying.
out of his flask and sit up at the driver's seat.
So, Anarian, you're staying at the cart the entire time?
I mean, we don't really have anywhere else to put it.
And we don't have anybody hired to
want to
watch it
steal it.
either.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just until the fights, or it was going to be the entire period of the fight.
I mean, I can stop by whenever the fight starts,
Okay.
just to watch the fight.
Yeah, just
We got time to kill.
okay. I just wanted to make sure because
'Cause the fight won't be very long, right? I mean, it's only like a minute or something.
of in-game time, I guess. If you want to
Yeah.
try to have, but I mean for session wise, it's combat.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, but I mean, like, for time that the carriage would be unattended. You know, like, if we came and got him for the
yeah,
fight.
he is talking about in-game time.
I think we're on 2 separate pages, but I'm kind of we're gonna move on. So making your way back towards the building, like I said, you could practically see the building from where you're at, Anarian, as you watch the carriages.
Okay.
As the rest of the party, Carlisle, Sylvia, Arosi, and Iljor make their way up to the building, the illuminated building, with several groups talking amongst themselves. As you begin to walk in, that familiar musty smell begins to fill your nostrils once more, as there is a very, I wouldn't say very loud, but a very significant low ambience of not shouting, but just talking loud amongst the people within the building. Walking in, you can see a group larger than the rest of the groups you've seen kind of being gathered around this board, this bulletin board, if you will. Everybody kind of peering, though you can't really see exactly what they're looking at. Off in the far corner, you have the individual that you spoke to the day prior, seemingly jotting down different notes, speaking with various individuals and making notes in his ledger. I wish I had.
In before Ryan loads the combat arena, and it takes me 3 minutes to log in. To load it.
Maybe.
Probably longer than 3 minutes.
Fair enough, fair enough. Boys, we've done it. Ryan has lost his combat arena.
What would you guys like to do? So you have what would you guys like to do?
What is in here? Like, what is inside the building?
It's a largely one-room thing. Currently, as it stands, there is a large group of people kind of standing around what appears to be a large bulletin board that you cannot see, everybody's trying to like peer over each other and look. Then you have the man you spoke to earlier in the day, with some sort of manifest or ledger that's he's currently jotting down notes and taking different people are speaking to him and he's jotting notes down.
I see what's on the board, since I'm super tall.
You see various what appear to be flyers, but you can't read as you are not close enough. And
Looks
you probably
like there's
can't
some
read
stuff
either.
over there on that board over there.
Can Iljor read?
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume common at least. He
Okay.
can read. Maybe he's,
Never really thought about it.
more complex things. I mean, I'm assuming his mother taught him.
Illiteracy is not really a thing in 5e, but I mean, you can always make it a thing.
All right, Iljor can't read. Got it.
We're at the fight pits now, so
You were in the building
In the
that
building.
you had signed up for. You're not exactly sure where the actual fighting pit is, as you have not. It's not been readily available or open to the public exactly. It has been told to you anyway.
I suppose Arosi's gonna head up to the guy with the papers then.
Okay. As you walk up to the individual, you have various men and women around him shouting numbers and different things as he peers over his manifest. All right, bets will close in an hour and a half. As he people are just kind of yelling in his ear, trying to get as much info as he can. The man, upon seeing you, drops his pen. Rogar, right?
Rogar, Arosi Rogar of Clan Arosi.
Yes, absolutely. Be here at 11:45. I will escort you down, and I'll show you everything you need to do to get, basically, to the fight pits. And good news for you that we were able to get you in. So,
Good.
I want to put 25 gold on his fight.
25 gold.
25. There you go,
Just
buddy.
you wait. I'm gonna make you lose all your fucking gold.
Oh, no, you're gonna no.
He
you're
lost
not
all
gonna
his.
grow, or no.
I will put down 100 gold on it.
Flexing.
There you go.
Well, I mean, money is like literally really like not an object to Ildor, so he's just like having more money is better.
I just betted and lost good money, so I'm gonna bet small.
Because I know the money is way more useful to the rest of the party. So I mean, if I get a lot more money,
There you go. Where,
it's in the
Bro.
inventory tab.
bruh?
At
I
the
am
top
so
of the-
bad at this. Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Inventory tab, top of the screen.
I always forget which one. There it is. PCs.
I am going to bet 50 gold on myself as well.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll make it 50.
The man,
yeah, that does sound good.
as you attempt, Orosi, to explain to the man, you know, I'd like to bet 50 gold. The man says, "Oh, no, I can't do that.
Oh, not allowed. I see.
That creates a conflict of interest, as you can
I'll make it 50.
understand."
I'll make it 50 on him.
I see. No worries.
You could just have one of your friends bet your money for you.
Right.
Carlisle,
Hey, give me 50 gold. Give me 50 gold. I
I
will
give
do
Carlisle
it.
Hill 50 gold.
I bet 50 on top of the 50 I just bet.
So 100 gold.
100 gold.
200 gold, 250 gold. Bet on the risk.
Basic. Win, boy.
God
win.
damn. This
It's just 200 right now.
Yeah.
lizard just shows up. Nobody
No, I'm
fucking
doing
knows him,
100,
and he
Carlisle's
gets
doing
250 gold in bets.
Yes.
Oh, didn't I thought
He-
somebody
he
else
wasn't
was betting.
allowed. He wasn't allowed to bet.
Eli,
on the-
Eli, are you not betting?
Apparently, Ildor can't count either.
Well, I thought.
No, Sylvie's not betting.
Okay, I thought Sylvia bet.
Nope.
Sylvia doesn't gamble or do anything like that. We
Nope.
learned.
Do
I
illicit
love
gambling.
Gamba. Gamba's great.
Well, it's not even illicit gambling. This is actually city-approved gambling.
Well, so was the casino.
Yeah.
This is true.
As you all bet, and Rosie, you are kind of given the knowledge to arrive here 15 minutes prior. Everybody else maneuvers over to the bulletin
Actually,
board.
before the betting's over, Sylvia's gonna walk outside up to Anarion and ask him. So, everybody's betting on Orosi's fight. Do you want to
Oh, yeah.
bet any?
No, I don't gamble much.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I get it. And she walks back inside and waits.
I only gamble with my soul.
Edgy.
Much easier, you know.
It's already gone.
Uh,
Something else owns it.
as you all placing your bets and gathering as much info as you can about the place, peering over to the bulletin board where the crowd is somewhat dispersing, as there doesn't seem to appear to be a large amount of information. You see a flyer for tonight's fight. Let me know if you see that.
I see it.
I do not. There we go.
I was gonna say.
Rogar versus Jaguar.
Argar.
Jahagar.
Jaguar.
Jackagar, yeah.
Rogar Jagar.
Rogar Jaguar.
Saul Goodman.
I made this 30 minutes
Mordenwald.
ago.
Mordenwald.
It's all good, man.
Jow.
Sal.
Is that- is
Sal
that-
Goodman.
Sal.
Sal
yeah.
Goodman.
Sal Goodman.
No, Goodman.
that-
It's Sal
Is that,
Goodman.
is that Jacques
Y'all
or
memes.
Zhao?
What?
Ja.
Is that Jacques or Zhao? I can't tell if it's a Q or an O.
Jack.
Looks like a Q.
Oh, okay.
Jack the Surge.
Versus Raymond.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Gotta bet on Raymond.
It's great.
Bet against Raymond. Jaguar, huh?
If anybody wants to place bets against the, you don't know these
Fights.
people,
Yeah, but
But-
we're leaving after Orosi's fight.
I suppose.
Yeah. Unless
So
I'm
how
probably
would we
gonna be the
able to
first
claim
fight
our
tonight,
winnings?
so Yeah.
Can I help you?
Um,
Rogar.
the flyer for tonight, as I can presume, once everybody's finished here, is just kind of waiting around, I suppose.
Yep.
Existing.
Okay.
Is that a bar?
No.
Oh,
They
damn.
can't bring me drinks.
It sort of creates like what would you call a toxic environment, mixing alcohol and fighting.
That's
so,
true. That's true.
Yeah.
People get a little bit too schwasty while they're fighting. Also, alcohol makes blood flow more easily, so you don't want people who are fighting intoxicated.
Yeah. As
I only want intoxicated fighters.
as you make your way out and kind of meeting back up with the Narian down the way, talking about the fights to come, how much everyone bet, what this experience is going to be like for Arosi and for you all as well. Couple hours pass as it is currently 11:30. Assuming that you guys don't really do much in between. The clock is coming up on 11:45. As you see more and more people surrounding the building from where you're at begin to disperse towards the back. By the time 11:45 comes, Orosi, there is nobody in the front.
Walk up to the where the betting man was. It was a Nomo, I'm assuming.
No, I think it was human.
Human?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever the guy was at the front, I'll go and seek him out.
Okay. Walking into the building, it's pretty cleared out. The man is still there, along with several other kind of officials of the place. You walk in, and the man, who I don't remember his name,
Uh-oh, he didn't write his NPC's name down.
dude, such a bad
Not
name.
the surge, didn't you know, Ryan?
As you
His name's
walk
Ryan.
in, fuck you, bro. As you walk in, the man, he nothing in his hands. He's kind of like attempting to walk out the door. As you walk in, he just throws an arm over your shoulder. Come, Rogar, let me show you. As he leads you back out the building towards the back. And as you walk onto the back, there is a man standing. And there appears to be an entrance underground. This sort of small, I wouldn't even know if I really would call it a building. It's more like a shack that's opened and has stairs leading down underground. Like I said, there's just like a couple torches illuminating the entrance with a couple guards standing outside. He goes down the steps. He leads you through a few corridors. Through these corridors, through more doors, and then you finally get into what appears to be a room with several other large fighters. The man looks at you one last time. Rogar, good luck. They'll call your name when they're ready. Acquaint yourself with the rest of the fighters.
Of course.
From there, we will pick it up with the rest of the party as it's getting closer and closer to midnight. As you all seen Arosi with the individual that was taking the bets and the individual you guys spoke to earlier that day, lead him around to the back.
Seems like the fighting ring's about out back.
Ooh.
I say we should go around there.
Everybody
Sure.
follows suit, I presume.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you make your way to the back, you're met with the same scene. This small shack with... it's basically like a small shack, but one of the sides of of the building or whatever is like off. It just holds 2 guards.
So it's
with
like
several torches.
a three-sided.
Basically, yeah. With very it can close up obviously for security reasons, but it's wide open as only 2 guards stand at either end. Torches illuminating the way down the staircase. As you guys pass by the guards, they don't flinch. They completely allow you to pass through, no questions. As you make your way down the staircase, you are met with other guards who are kind of leading you to the right way as you step through various corridors. The final door you step through, and let me just bring this up really quickly. The final doors you step through, the inside widens to a very large sort of opening. You can see flames and light flicker from down below as you're brought into this encirclement of people, and down below a pit. Let me bring you to the scene.
Oz fighting arena.
Damn.
Oh shit, bro.
Dang.
Those spikes look intense, dude.
Can you see, Arosi?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Okay. This scene, as you come through basically the entrance right here, and you've kind of standing along the outskirts of the ring, this sort of elevated platform you guys are standing on encircles the entire pit. You can see people of various races, dwarf, humans, all kind of standing around, yelling, talking amongst themselves, ready for the fights that are soon to be happening. Across the way...
Anybody that we recognize?
No, these are all just random commoners. You can make a perception check, actually.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there's anybody. Perception.
You'll find John the Boatman.
Dude's everywhere.
She was playing the piano.
18. As you peer around the various people, nobody really strikes you as being any sort of familiar, at least from where you've been. That being the inn that you were at and the Cantina Casino. Nobody
Nobody from the shop that I went to.
No. These are all... This group of people is... How do I want to put it? It's a community. It's definitely a community of individuals that you probably would maybe find frequenting the casino and bar, but nobody that you recognize anyway. Across the way... What's that?
Sylvia said that they recognize this person was playing the piano in the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making like a bunch of different like just random NPC tokens, like to fill up for like scenes like these.
Yep.
But across the way, you see a dwarf individual, light orange beard with a helm with horns that kind of come up. He's sitting at the throne across the way over here, surrounded by guards. You're not really sure who he is.
We guess that that's Ma, even though we don't know that.
You can assume he is some sort of official for the fights. You can see here to be some sort of entrance, and then this gated sort of pit right here. You're not quite sure where either lead to.
Is there anything under this that we can see? Like, is there any... Like,
There-
in the pit area under this?
It's a small indentation, but essentially it is like a wall. Like you can see like the small indentation, but the wall is like this is a wall essentially.
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
But yeah, I'll if everybody's where the fuck somebody left.
Oh.
Iljor.
Oh, Eldor's not
he's,
here.
He's walking around or something.
Okay, I just
Right here.
I was trying to find
Where is
him.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Oh.
he was
Oh.
inside. Yeah, he was inside. one of the
Inside
other
him.
rooms.
Oh, okay. I was like somebody walks in there.
Venarian's not supposed to be here, though.
Yeah, I
Just
am.
kidding.
I
Yeah.
told you I would
I-
come for the fight.
I know. We were supposed to come get you for this fight.
Then how am I not supposed to be here?
He realized his mistake right after he said it. It's like, but yeah, as some time goes by, you guys wait for approximately a few minutes. Then, as everybody is still speaking loudly amongst their group of friends and this sort of echo chamber of various voices.
Assuming that these aren't here, right, Ryan?
No, they are there.
I thought this was supposed to be bare knuckle brawling.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not.
Okay, just making sure. Weapons in the middle of a arena for bare knuckle brawling.
As far as you know, this is a bare knuckle brawl fight. I mean,
I thought that's what the guy that talked to Erosi said, is that there are no weapons allowed.
Yeah.
yes, yes and no. It really depends. Like they wouldn't have this. So from what you can infer is that they wouldn't have a pit like this made only for certain fights. Like there's certain times where it's.
Tonight is an occasion.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on who's fighting that night and
Oh.
what's going on. Like, for tonight it's bare knuckle, but you know, other times it may be something more sinister. You have no idea. But
Prisoner fight.
as some time passes, you see the dwarf on the other end. Look to his left and look to his right, and he takes what appears to be a horn from his inner clothing. As this piercing sound of a horn is heard throughout the arena. Orosi. We'll put you here. The gate below begins to ascend. Orosi, you are led. I think you have complete control now.
Yeah.
You are led into the arena. Peering out, you see just this immense group of people on this elevated platform encircling the arena. Blood is stained near you along the rocks as you see you see a sword and then an axe in different parts, a shield. You can only presume that something like the various fights go on here. And again, with the pit on the far end, you are met with boos and indifference amongst the people, as nobody really knows who you are. You have not made an impression here as of yet. But after a few short seconds, you hear the call of the horn once more. This time, another Dragonborn is brought out.
I knew it.
The Dragonborn standing an inch or two above 6 foot. Adorned in orange pearlescent scales across his chest. Keep in mind that you have no armor on right now.
Yeah.
Orange pearlescent scales across his chest, leading down to what appear to be bottoms like pants, but are made from like a hide material. The crowd, he gets some cheers from the crowd, as he appears to have some sort of reputation, however small it might be. The crowd doesn't go wild for him, but he is met with cheers. Not a word is spoken by him. While you were down in there, down below, kind of meeting with a couple of the, what the fuck? As you met with a couple other fighters from the night, you did not meet with this individual. And you didn't really know anybody's name at that point, so you weren't really sure exactly who you were fighting. But he walks out. Nice.
That's
I just
Orosi's-
figured out that you
Orosi's
can make-
one-liner.
I figured out that you can make other people type things.
Yeah. I did not put that in myself. Somebody else did
What?
that.
What?
Oh yeah, if you click on other people's tokens, you can make them type things,
Lol.
and you can understand their languages.
All right, ban rap. He's hacking.
Band rap.
Yeah.
Ban
what?
rap
That's what I
right
was
now.
trying to tell you, Ryan.
I'll get that
Rap
figured
gets
out.
banned this session.
I'll get that figured out.
Well, I figured it out by accident because I clicked on Orosi, like when you took his token out, just to like center the screen on him, and then I realized that I can read all of the Draconic in chat.
Get out of
When,
here, rap.
when
You're
normally
hacking.
I cannot
You're
read
us-
Draconic.
Yep.
Hold on, I have an
Mine-
idea.
Mine don't do
You've
that.
stolen
What
my
the
eyeballs,
hell?
guys.
Hold
I
on.
don't like this.
Yeah, mine does not do that.
Oh, you know why?
It's probably because he has
Ryan?
permissions.
Yeah,
Why? 'Cause you still have
permissions.
the permissions.
Yeah.
I am still Orosi Rogar.
No, he's possessed me.
All right, get out
Oh
of here.
no.
Get out of here. You shouldn't have it anymore.
Okay. Okay, I'm finally myself again.
My puppeteering controls.
You don't have it anymore, right, Rap?
No, it doesn't work anymore.
Okay, good. As you kind of get within, you look up Orosi at the dwarf who sounded the horn, as he kind of gestures for you to take a step back, like with his hand.
Get
As you
over
are now-
about here.
Once more.
And as this horn sounds, Orosi pulls out a black cloth and he ties his blindfold around his head.
man. Dude's showing off.
He's dodgeballing the shit.
He's going to do blind fighting.
What are you gonna do?
Blind sight.
He's gonna roll a nat 1.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll a nat 1 about it. That's what I'm gonna do.
He very slowly puts on the blindfold.
As you put on the blindfold, the other Dragonborn individual is, well, everybody else sees this, looks sort of confused, as you guys are also kind of confused that he puts the blindfold on.
Well, we've seen him do it before.
As he's going to
Fight
kind of
reasonably well.
come up and strike you, and I will be doing the rolls, just because
Yeah.
people do have bets.
And also, just so you know, my AC is 12 without armor.
Okay. I think this is like to target it, right? Yep.
Let's hope
13.
our friend doesn't kill himself.
What did we say? 3d6 for damage?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's
Said
not how that
3d6.
works.
Yeah, thanks.
Whoa,
bro.
3d6.
Rogard just said 3d6.
Oh, shh.
9.
9 damage.
You just rolled for a... Okay,
I
you
look,
rolled
dude,
for
bro,
a
I don't
roasty.
know. Oh, because that's targeted. Hold on. Well, I mean, it's
Right
still, it's
click.
just a 3d6. It's just a 3d6.
I know.
Whatever. You guys get it.
Alright.
I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit. God damn.
You don't get to add your strength into there?
Oh, yes.
Any strength to add into there?
Yes. 12.
Dude's a weak little weak boy.
12 damage overall.
Yep. Just gonna not target you.
Nick
about that.
reminding the DM to deal
No,
more
I
damage
wanted
to
Hiroshi to get his strength modifier in there.
Here, let
I
me
guess I
adjust
could have
numbers.
said it afterwards, but then Ryan would have told Hiroshi to take more damage anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Alright.
Suddenly it hurts more.
Rosie gets socked in the mouth, and then he's gonna go ahead roll with the punch and then swings back with his right arm.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and make the roll.
Using echolocation through strikes on your face.
It
I
was,
heard where that
what
was.
for my strength again? It was +3.
You guys have the same strength.
18. 18 hits. Go ahead and roll
18.
damage.
All right.
This could be really fast or it could be really slow, I guess.
Slug him.
And I'm gonna do action surge, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll for another attack.
Gamba.
You did one more point of damage.
What? That wasn't. Oh, that was damage. I thought that was another D20.
15 hits.
15 hits. All right.
Ooh. You're rolling good.
Wow.
Oh, fuck! Oh my
30
god!
damage.
Damn.
Holy
son.
shit, bro! This dude's not having a good time.
Dude, wait, I think that would floor Iljor. Those two attacks would have knocked Iljor unconscious.
And Orosi comes back
Damn.
with the right hook, and the guy stumbles back. Orosi continues pressing forward and smashes him in the gut with his left.
Okay. Dealing a decent amount of damage to the man. You can kind of see a bit of blood, kind of,
That should've
well,
only
you
been
don't
30
see anything,
damage.
but everybody else sees a bit of blood run down his mouth. As you stand there, he's going to attempt to come back at you.
Ryan, you accidentally dealt him too much damage. Should have taken 30 damage. Made him take 32 damage.
Sure.
He healed 2 HP. What's with that?
He is going to attempt to strike you again.
Yeah.
15
15.
hits.
Oh man.
9
9.
damage, and then he will also expend an action surge for another attack.
Nat 1, come on.
Oh, close.
Oh.
And that
Close.
too.
5 does not hit. Okay.
So-
Blindfolded Orosi sways backwards to dodge the fist.
Jagar ends up coming out with another clean hit, but then as he goes for a second strike, he overextends, and then Orosi goes ahead and grabs his arm and then just pops him in the face again.
Okay.
Oh.
Go for another attack roll.
16 hits.
He's
Six-
doing it.
16.
Damn.
My god, man.
Fucking
You're an animal.
Oh, still good rolls, dude. Like 3 is average, and then 5. 14, not bad at all.
Okay.
Do you have to knock somebody out? Is that the rules?
Yeah, basically.
And then
Bad
for flavor, I'm gonna go ahead and say Orosi's like right here, as he's got his arm.
Okay. As you sock him in the face once more, he kind of stumbles back a little bit again. Clearly hurt a little bit from this whole ordeal as he attempts to attack you once more.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh,
Oh, almost critted.
spooky. Spooky numbers.
A little bit of a clencher there.
That's a good hit.
14 damage.
14 damage, yeah. Hey, he finally did as much damage as you've been doing to him.
All right.
As he hits you with a right hook, and you just see from everybody else's perspective, since you are behind Orosi, you see his head just I'm trying to think of how this would jerk to your right, or his right. It just, you see blood kind of splashed along the sands of the of the arena pit, bringing it to
Damn.
Rosie's turn.
As Orosi is got socked in the mouth again, he starts swirling his mouth around, spits out blood and a tooth. I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action for second wind.
Okay.
Let's see. As a bonus action, regain 1d10 plus 4 HP.
Oh,
Jitter.
Damn.
Yes.
harsh.
So I'm back up to 19 HP. I'm gonna go ahead and go for another strike.
So if he rolls max, he could take you down.
He could. All right.
18.
Ooh.
Ooh, 15.
As you
Damn, son.
take a hit at Jagar, blindfold on and everything, feeling this sense of where he's standing directly before you, you cock your fist back and just lay in to the left side, excuse me, the left side of his face, dealing 15 points of damage. You feel his hard orange scales across your knuckles as you are flying forward with the fist. As it comes over his face, you draw down to your left. You don't hear anything for but a moment, and then you hear a loud and the crowd roars as you take off your blindfold or just peek. The body of Jagar the Dragonborn lies before you,
Fucking
Out.
dead.
cold.
And then I'm gonna go ahead, roll performance, and I use my breath weapon as well to give it a little bit of flair.
Like
on
up into
him.
the air.
Up into the air.
Just onto his unconscious body.
Yeah. Get fucked. Let's see here. Performance.
No, good.
Pretty decent. As you look towards the skies of the arena, and you said you're just like
Just
putting out a
blowing flames into the air.
I feel like you should get advantage for that. I'm just saying, using his breath weapon.
Well, I mean, 13's pretty decent. It's not by any means
Yeah.
any like a bad thing. As you look up into the ceiling, the roof or whatever of the arena, using your breath weapon to illuminate the sands around you. The breath weapon, the fire, is probably a good 4 or 5 feet into the air. Actually, I'm not even sure how far it goes, but
About 15 feet, if you want to consider the actual mechanics. But
You're
Holy
probably
shit.
not using the full power in this case.
celebratory flame throwing.
Mhm.
Why not?
as the flames lick into the air and kind of illuminate over the whole center of this pit. As you can see where the flames around the encircling pit don't quite get to the center. Everything is brightly illuminated for a few moments as the breath weapon comes out and begins to rescend back into your throat. The crowd explodes in cheer as you see the dwarf, or as the party sees the dwarf on the other end, not making any sort of body language, any sort of physical sort of reaction to what just happened. As you see the body,
Sylvia's clapping.
as you see guards come out.
Yeah, go Orosi!
Rosa takes a step back.
Inspecting the Dragonborn for any sort of vitals, tending to his wounds, not in the sense of like medically looking at him or trying to fix them, just observing and making note. You can see when the guards look up to the dwarf and give a thumbs up. You see the dwarf nod as they take his body and drag it back into the innards of the pit.
Well done.
The gate remains open, and this is kind of like your cue to leave, essentially.
Arosi takes a quick bow towards this guy, and then he heads off.
Very well. What is the party's current, I guess? What now for the party?
Excited that I'm gonna make my money back.
Yeah, fucking. He just
Yeah!
Sylvia wants
I'd
to meet
cheer
back
for
up.
Orosi, but after that I would make my way back to the common area, trying to meet back up with him.
Yeah,
of-
Sylvia wants to
proud of my
meet
boy.
back up with him as soon as possible and heal him.
Okay.
Waiting for your party to arrive. Loading.
Let's gather all party members before moving forward.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yes.
But
Huh?
you're the only one that hasn't moved yet.
Oh, do I have to move?
Iljor. Or sorry, Arosi.
Yes.
As you fall back into the innards of the fighting arena, I will bring everybody back to this scene for sake of getting away. Back into the area where you were kind of readying up for the fight. They place Jagar. You're not in the same area you are, as the guards sort of tend to his wounds and make sure he's completely okay, which there are signs of breathing. You just completely knocked him out, essentially. For about a minute or two, he is not responding to outside stimuli. But given a few minutes, he eventually reacts and is woken up. Blood kind of spilling down his lips. He realizes that he was just knocked out and had lost the fight, but he's still in a state of bewilderment. There's several other fighters around you, more so than what was on the billet, so they could just be like regulars. Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there, thinking amongst himself, like what could he have done differently. He looks up at you as you're just kind of getting ready to leave, essentially, as you only had planned to fight and leave. He looks up at you and stands up, blood still kind of coming down his chin, his chest kind of pulsating, as you can see him like breathing really hard. He lends out a hand for you to shake.
Orosi returns what's the word I'm looking for? Returns the gesture, extends it out his hand, gives him a good shake. It's a good fight you put on out there. Jagar, right?
Yes, Jagar. I didn't expect to fight another Dragonborn. When I saw Rogar on the flyer, you never really know who you're fighting, but I suppose a Dragonborn is a very worthy opponent.
Hard to find others of us out in these places.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Definitely not feeling
Tell me.
disrespected by you fighting me blindfolded.
Do you have any clan affiliation?
My father was in a clan, but he was slain.
Ah. It's tragic. I'm from Clan Orosi, but they were slain as of several years ago. A few remaining vestiges here and there. I'm looking to bring them together.
Clan Orosi, you say?
Yes.
As he peers down, begins to shuffle through his armor, you see a hide undershirt bearing the marking of Clan Orosi branded into the hide.
I'll be.
My father, Orosi Kamino. He was once part of your clan, no? Orosi Kamino is someone that he was a part. You never really directly worked with him, but
Yeah.
the name sounds vaguely familiar as the Dragonborn begins to go on further. I was young when he died. I was staying with my mother in York, but when I heard of the slaying, I couldn't go back.
I see. Well, in any case, anyone bearing the crest of Orosi is a friend of mine.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've spoken with anybody. I didn't know the clan very well. I wasn't particularly raised around the individuals within. I kind of hopped from York to the settlement. I only bear the markings in memory of my father.
I see.
I don't even know if many of them are still around.
Well, in my searches, I found another one of our brothers by the name of Khadgar, although he's already found home with a lovely wife and children. But there are still others I'm aware of out there. I have yet to find them, though. And yeah, here I find you. And I forget the name of this town. Eldergard?
Eldergard.
Eldergard. In the middle of Eldergard. In the middle of nowhere.
I do not
Well-
consider myself a member of the clan, as I was really young when my father had died, but it's an honor to meet somebody that he was so well established with, at least in terms of the community he was once a part of. Rogar, you said your name was, correct?
Yes.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
It's a pleasure.
I'm sorry, I have another fight in Thaldor in a few days. But maybe I'll see you around
Thaldor?
maybe I'll see you around the pits in the future.
Maybe we will.
As he goes for another handshake once more, wipes the blood from his lips, begins to put on his arms and armor once more. The rest of the fighters that have gathered around, talking amongst themselves, congratulating you on a clean fight. But yeah, you turn away, walking back the way you came, thinking of... It's not so much about the members who had lived, but there could be another aspect. There could be, in this case, which has been brought to your attention, kin, that may have survived vicariously, if that's the correct word to put it, who may have not been within the clan, but maybe people that were directly
have blood
related. Or have blood relations.
relation, or some relation that's removed once.
Yes. Something to think about. And something that maybe you would like to elaborate on further with your lore Inarosi clan. Or this could be kind of a one-off. It's completely up to you. We'll discuss it.
Well, we could discuss it further. I think there's some opportunities with this.
Yeah. As you make your way out of the establishment, the sounds of people radiating throughout the arena begin to damper, moving through the corridors. As you protrude from the entrance up top, the party, everybody else standing outside, sees Orosi Rogar come from the depths of the fighting arena. Blood still kind of dried on the side of his mouth. But yeah.
Your martial skills never cease to amaze me.
Yes.
Very well done. Very well done.
It turns
come
out the
here,
one.
Orosi. Come here.
Rosie steps up to the fish person. I've met another.
Sylvia.
The fish person.
Damn, bro. She's got a name, dude.
I forget Sylvia's name sometimes.
I
Alright,
know
I just think
racist.
fish person
Not
sometimes.
gonna lie.
Damn.
First time
Scaly person.
remarked them as fish people, I forever remember them as fish people.
Damn.
Kinda racist.
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah.
God.
Says the
Damn.
Dragonborn. Says
Damn.
the Dragonborn. Damn.
I've met
Okay, dragon dude.
another related to Clan Orosi. This is the one I was fighting.
Sylvia
This-
touches Orosi and casts Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Yo.
And let's see. Can you easily do that on here? Oh, you can. Wow, that's nice.
What?
You can cast at 2nd level really easily.
Oh yeah.
You just fill an option.
13 HP.
Here,
Thank you.
I can top you up.
You gonna
now
top him off, bro?
I got 7 more
Little
points
poppy.
of HP to go, so.
Little top?
Little top?
Gave him a little slop top.
Damn, Iljor.
That was more than enough.
Where are you getting all the extra bonuses from?
I'm a life domain cleric.
Okay.
It's her job.
Yep.
Thinking about it though, might be more of my clan out there, just none that really truly bear the name.
Could
And
be
have-
more survivors than you think, it seems.
Yeah.
Oh, did we get our money, Ryan?
Not yet. You will claim that in the
Okay.
building.
Nice.
I think we should go pick up our winnings.
Never seen a
Yeah.
druid interested in money.
Well, the money's not just for me; it's for us.
Oh,
We have to, we got expenses, stuff we gotta get.
suppose you make a valid point.
I'm just the one that happens to have the most, so I bet the most.
And you were able to bet on yourself, Orosi.
He did
Where
not.
was it?
Wink,
Well,
wink, nudge,
Oh,
Well-
nudge.
through you.
I
Yeah.
quote unquote didn't bet on myself. I had lent some money to a friend who decided to do some frivolous gambling on my part.
which sounds illegal.
No,
sounds like
no, no, you're
fraud.
getting it wrong. All right, it's totally legal. It was his money because it was in his pockets at the time.
Yeah,
But he
it's
just
not-
so
he
happens
just
to owe me money.
He just happened to
You were-
use that money to gamble and happened to give me back double what I owed him or what he owed me.
Yeah,
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 it wasn't.
yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't that the money was for gambling. It was a prior agreement.
yes.
He was a villain.
I lent him money at an exorbitant interest rate, but one-time uptick of up to 100 gold or however much we get back for this.
Everybody. I would like. Well, as you walk back into the building, one of the workers there at the front, who is currently in charge of the bets and has the ledger in front, looking through the multipliers for for each person, depending on who would win the fight, being that Rosie, you are a somewhat lesser known individual in the fighting arena, at least around here anyway. You've made a name for yourself in various parts, I believe Briar Crest and like
Yeah.
different regions, not necessarily this region really. So the multiplayer isn't huge, but it's going to be at least a 2 times multiplayer. But I would like you to roll a d10 for the second decimal. So a 2.5 multiplier. So everybody should be getting back. Carlisle and Nildra are both 250 gold.
Ew.
382. So what
And-
do I owe Arosi?
Ye-
Out of that?
I gave you
Well, it'd be
50, so
half.
So
Yeah.
then you gave me how much gold? Did you just
250,
say?
so
You know,
125.
125.
125.
Yeah.
All right. Add that basic to your sheet.
125.
As you guys make your way back to the casino, no, I'm just kidding.
Yumba.
Yeah. What would everybody like to do now? It is
Look at carrots.
currently probably closer to 1 o'clock, bleeding into the late light hours of the night.
Well,
I'm gonna walk
we
over to
slept through
carrots.
most of the day, right, Ryan? Like we were actually.
No.
No, we were
Like,
walking around.
You gambled most of the day.
We gambled most of
Yeah.
the day. We did sleep in late, but we gambled most of the day, and now it's time for us to head off. Unless we have any last-minute decisions to go to a night market of some sort.
Yeah,
I
guys,
doubt-
come on, we gotta get going.
I doubt that's what our goals were anyway. So, everybody,
Time
get
to
in the
leave if
blast.
you're ready.
Yep.
Yes.
So what's the course of action? What are we doing?
Sylvia's in the carriage.
Yeah,
We're
getting
leaving.
out.
We're leaving.
We're rolling out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Underground.
Rolling out of Eldergard, making your way through the city streets, bruised and battered, Rosie. Taking home a
Making my
good,
way
sizable
downtown.
amount of gold. The city nightlife at this time is an interesting sight. There hasn't been quite a city like Eldergard you guys have ran into yet. You have the likes of Jaluth, that's very magic intensive in terms of its presence there. A city like Anchorage, where it's kind of a melting pot of different cultures and such, and so there's not really an overarching sort of vibe to it. Eldergard is an all-around city that never sleeps, essentially.
Nice.
Exiting the front gates of the city back into the Silverdale. The journey north, I could say northeast-ish, let's really quickly take a look at the map and see where exactly is the next stop, since we said we were going to come back to this, right?
Yes.
The map is in Discord. There should be a way to fucking, like...
We were gonna head up to Set, right?
Yeah, we were going to. Let me go ahead and find the map. So our plan was to go around the west side of it, I believe, and stop at the town. Let me open up original here. There we go. There's a chonky load.
I just opened up the one in Discord.
We're in Eldergard.
Yeah. So we were going to take the path straight north to Set.
Yeah.
Or go to Galrod afterwards, whatever is closest to Star Strider Hold. Park our horse and carriage at either town.
I
Or
thought
we
we
could go to-
decided that we were going around to Bree.
Oh, is that where we're? Bree's on the
No,
eastern
that's-
side.
Yeah,
I
So
thought,
I'll
no, I
go-
thought we were decided that we were going to go around the horn.
Here, let me go ahead and
yeah.
share screen. So for those of you who want to look at it with me, so, oh god, so we are in Elderguard right here. There's
Yeah.
there's a path going straight north. We could go straight to Set. We can instead detour and go over to Thalador instead, or we can go to Galrod as well.
Because I thought that we were going up toward Thalador, around to Bree, and going up that way. Because that is.
Is this-
What
Yeah,
day does
and
it,
then
or what
go-
way does an Arion normally travel to get there? Or what way did he take last time?
When he was in Jaluth?
No, when I went to Star Strider Hold.
Yeah, well, you were in Jaluth. The party disbanded in Jaluth, and then you went back to Star Strider
Yeah,
Hold.
okay, yeah. From there, where did I go?
I mean, you went up to Thalador and then kind of maneuvered through the mountains back to Star Strider Hold.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can
And-
there's paths to the city, like on either side.
Yeah, there are
You go to
like
Galrod, there's a way
there-
through.
they're kind of faded, but there are like dotted lines drawn through here. There might be like a passage somewhere around here that it could just lead us through. So we could probably go. Choose-
Sylvia's just gonna turn to Anarion and ask him. So, which way do you want to go?
Well, are there trails that can get us there through the mountains with our cart?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to go to
Well-
Thalador or like you. So the
Okay.
mountains kind of obscure the pathing a little
Gotcha.
bit, but yeah, you can take paths to Star Strider
Okay.
Hold.
Well, we can't travel through the mountains like we did last time, but there are paths that I took when I returned last year.
Keep in mind the only reason why you guys didn't take paths in the last time you were in the Dikers is because you had to get to Doomgore, and that wasn't on any
Yeah,
sort of
that
set
was
path.
off.
Yeah, Duergar like to be alone.
I mean, I can take us on the route that I took last time.
Yeah,
through
we might as
Thalador and then
Yeah.
up and through the mountains.
best to travel on familiar roads, so we can go ahead straight for Thalador then.
Okay.
And so we'll take this northeastern route here then and go up to Thalador.
Okay.
It is settled.
Gotcha.
Up your stream.
No,
Save your bandwidth.
fuck my bandwidth.
As you guys venture out from Elderguard, sitting on a path that will take you to Thalador, a city you guys had once been about a year previously. Do you guys stop and set up camp, or do you guys take shifts sleeping in the cart? Like take shifts like driving the cart essentially throughout the night, or what's the plan for that?
How
Let's do
far
shifts.
would we get? Well, how far would we get if I just like, I don't know, let's say like 6 hours, or no, let's go with 4 hours more
Yeah, if
driving.
like only he's driving.
Based on the time, you would be about an hour or less outside from the edge of the Silverdale. So you'd reach the, or I'm sorry, it's probably 1 o'clock right now. In 6 hours, you'd reach the edge of the Silverdale.
Okay.
I say that we camp in the. I'd say we probably guys. We should probably camp inside the Silverdale as opposed to being exposed on the plains. You know, probably a better idea. You know, a little bit safer.
Well, I mean, sunrise won't be too far off. It's already past midnight.
I just don't. You know, is there a reason for us to travel through the night? Is really, you know, I mean.
Just to
Right.
make haste on our journey, really. Anarion, we're going to Star Strider Hold anyway here, so what do you think? Should we stop and rest, or should we travel through the night and take shifts?
Well, if you all wish to get some rest, I know you've had a long night, Arosi. I wouldn't blame you for wanting to set up camp.
Surprised you said that, actually. We did already make you wait an extra day.
Yeah.
Another guard.
Well, he did say that
Well,
his mission was not time critical.
well, not necessarily. I mean, like we definitely have some time. I don't think the person that I'm looking for is leaving the city necessarily. But I certainly would rather like to get it done
Sooner.
sooner,
Yeah.
so I can get it over with. But
I think we can take shifts and rest in Thaldor.
Yeah.
I
There'll be
agree.
proper resting places and other civilization where we can take our wittings to.
Okay, so ride through the night and have people
Ride
through
sleep
the-
in the back and kind of get as
Yeah.
much rest as possible.
Yeah, it will take shifts as needed for the drive.
Okay. Um,
Now, I'm assuming that we've got like torches on the front of the carriage because remember that Ildor cannot see at nighttime.
yeah. Iljor, I'm assuming you take first, right?
Mhm.
Who takes second?
I will.
Okay, Sylvia. Carlisle.
I'll take third. Yeah.
Fourth.
Arosa can take fourth.
And
I
Anarian.
don't think we would be there by the. Oh well, I mean, I suppose it's quite far away.
Anarian taking last.
Mhm.
Well, you're taking chips all the way to Thaldor?
I mean, I only need
No.
4 hours of meditation, and then I can
Yeah.
stay up the rest of the night. So,
Alright. Who is
like,
not
if
on
other
the
people would like to rest,
Who is not on the Silverdale Forest page right now?
Not me.
I'm loading still.
I'm stuck at 98
I'm
right
loading.
now.
Yeah. Same.
Haha,
there it
fuck you
goes.
guys, I loaded first.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, I
Yeah,
just want to make
I'm
sure
loaded.
it wasn't saying
I
everybody
was-
was loaded.
I was on another tab looking at the world map. Might have
Okay.
been the reason.
So you are taking shifts all the way to Thaldor, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Because to Thaldor, let me just make sure, and I have an accurate. I will only view the scene, not bring everybody to it, because it takes a moment. But just to kind of plan out the route and how far it's going to take you, because I'm pretty sure it's 6 hours to the edge of the Silverdale. Oh no, I'm dead wrong, actually. It's around 18 hours to the edge of the Silverdale.
I felt like we were further away than that.
It's gonna take you horse and carriage non-stop, taking shifts. Probably almost 2 days.
Well, horses unfortunately are not machines, so we will probably have
Yeah,
to take a
We'll
rest.
have to rest for them anyway.
We'll probably take a rest towards the edge of the Silver Dell, so we're
Yeah.
still at least in Iljor territory.
Yeah, 6 hours is gonna take you a little bit.
That's why I was suggesting that we camp inside the Silverdale. It's a long travel.
We can camp in the forest, if it is familiar territory for you. So the
So
horses will need rest, and if we push them beyond their limits, we may be even later in our arrival.
So, just so we could be 100% clear, how long are you traveling before you rest?
Near the edge of the Silverdale, so like 5.5-ish hours. I want us to be like
That's fine.
It's gonna
A
be
decent
It's gonna be
distance.
18 hours until you hit the edge of the silver. Remember, I said I was wrong.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Then I say, yeah, probably I'll drive for 6 hours. And
Ooh.
then
We can let the
We-
horses rest. Should be fine.
We could go
Will-
like 16 hours.
It's currently 1 a.m. So if we go for like 16 hours or so,
I don't.
uh,
Will the horses make it for 16 hours?
we'll
long
probably have
time.
to shoot for about 12 at most, and then
Yeah.
make camp.
so we can
for
do
the
my 6
afternoon,
hours,
evening.
and then we can have a Nerion do their 4 hours.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that should be fine.
And then reset our characters' sleep schedules because Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So 6 hours rest, and then travel for how long?
No, so I'm going to drive for 6 hours,
Okay.
and then Anarion is going to drive for 4 hours,
Or-
and then we're going to camp near the edge of the Silverdale.
So 10 hours overall of straight travel then.
Okay, keep in mind you're still 7 hours away from the edge, Raptor.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
fine.
so you're not camping by the edge. You're camping like halfway.
Okay,
Fine,
that's
we'll camp halfway then.
Okay, I just want to
We're
be
halfway
100%
there.
clear.
Whoa, oh.
Anyways, traveling 6 hours through the Silverdale at night, taken over eventually by Anarion for 4 hours. The noises of city life, even throughout the night and through the early morning hours of the next day, the city life is replaced by the occasional songbird and howl from an animal off in the far distance. The forest sounds are much more, it makes you much more comfortable than any place like Anchorage or Eldergard. It's just a different environment. The mood is different amongst the party. Snacking on your rations, feeding the horses when need be, as horses aren't always the easiest to get along with sometimes. The trek there is, for the most part, you're on time, but sometimes the horses do rest for a little bit and then, keep going. 6 hours, which would bring 7 a.m. the next day, and then 11 a.m. for another 4 hours. So it's currently midday, I believe the 10th of November. I'll have to double check. Midday, rest, right?
Yes.
And
Is there
then
anywhere that I've noticed, like right around the end of where we're stopping, that we could use as a good area to camp?
sure. I mean, there's very many clearings that you can find, and if not, it's just a move. You just have to move some brush and kind of make a little area off the beaten path. But yeah, it would be a decent amount, decent area. Resting, you mean like to sleep, or do you mean like just rest?
I'm probably just gonna rest up,
Okay.
eat, relax.
Okay. Arosi, roll your HP.
Rolling. I've already been full healed by these guys anyway.
Oh yeah,
so,
that's right. That's
yeah.
right. That's right. So resting midday for how long?
We're probably gonna rest up. Let's see, we're at midday. Unless
Midday,
you guys
and you're
want to
approximately
do,
8 hours from the edge.
yeah, we are. I think we should probably leave at daybreak the next day if that's advisable.
You mean like spend a whole day at like resting?
What? Well, we are at. It's currently like 1 p.m. right, or about.
It's
about
like 11 a.m. noon.
Well.
It does not. Good.
We could rest for 8 hours, but then we would be traveling at night again.
I'm streaming right
And-
now. Everybody tune in. I'll show you exactly what's been going on.
Yes.
So you guys are in Eldergard, right?
Yep.
Every 1 foot is 1 hour, right?
Yep.
So you guys got to about here. Then Anarion took over. And you're probably like right here. And you are currently, we'll say 8 hours from the edge, right? So it's midday, right here. It's completely up to you guys whether you guys want to rest for. I mean, an hour seems a little short, but it's completely up to you guys. You have 8 hours to get to the edge, so.
Take an afternoon nap.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
like Anarion would speak up. I mean, he's a drow. I don't necessarily mind traveling through the night.
Yeah. My concern is the horses, realistically, and also traveling at nighttime is not necessarily the worst thing, but it does make things just a little bit more dangerous.
I'm not used to traveling with horses. I don't know how long they need for rest exactly. That would
Yeah.
be...
How much sleep do the horses need
A
per day?
full
Like,
rest, we'll say 6 hours. They were pretty much rested when you guys set off from Eldergard.
okay.
So right now, if you want to they wouldn't need a full rest, but maybe I would say a good 3 or 4 hours would do the horses well enough to get to the edge of the Silverdale, and then they would need like a full rest by then.
We can do
Okay,
that.
so we could rest for like 3 hours and then go.
Yeah, we can rest for 3
Yeah.
hours and then go.
Okay.
Like half a long rest and then take a full rest whenever we get to the edge when they need a rest.
Okay. Sitting around the sort of makeshift area that Iljor has positioned you guys in the Silverdale to rest for a few hours. Snacking on rations and kind of replenishing the horses. Talking amongst yourselves about the Silverdale within itself. Like I said earlier, the Silverdale has really shown its beauty throughout the journey that you guys have been, or sorry, as you guys have went through here. Even for you, Iljor, it's an amazing sight for furbolgs such as yourself, especially. The Silverdale just has so much to offer in terms of nature and wildlife. It's truly a wonder of the planet, and as most of you know, you have the whole world ahead of you, and so it just kind of brings up the question, what else is out there in the world that could match the Silverdale, in terms of whether it be structure or anything like that. So going into the journey to the outskirts of the Silverdale at around like early afternoon, making good time by the time you guys reach the end of the Silverdale. It's almost nighttime. The sort of, I wouldn't say the morale of the party, but everybody is pretty tired. These shifts that you've been kind of going about leaves the majority of all of you tired. Even for elves such as yourself, Carlisle, and Anarian, it's a toll, as you're not getting the full sort of concentration you would need to get a very fulfilling, I guess,
It's like sleeping on
meditation.
a car ride.
Right.
Yeah. And so everybody's just kind of tired. Everybody trying to get as much sleep as they can along the way. As dusk sets, who is driving the carriage at this point in time, by the time like you guys would get to the edge of the Silverdale?
Say I am, it doesn't matter.
I
Probably
think
Yeah.
I was gonna
yeah,
say
right.
an area
There
too.
was
I don't know
only
if you guys
two.
had switched up, like
Yeah.
whatever, but an area as you are leading the horses, kind of trying to maintain a decent posture. As you look behind you and you see the rest of the party attempting to get a little bit of a nap in as dusk sits. The forest echoing with wildlife, not a sound to be heard in terms of anything suspicious. It's getting dark, and sight is beginning to be not so much as an issue for you because you have dark vision, whatever. But I mean, as you guys have discussed previously, it just becomes a little bit more dangerous. Though, as you can rightfully infer that you're sort of close to the edge of the Silverdale, a light flickers in front of you, an orange flame that appears to be a campfire ahead, roughly 150 feet in front of you, down the path. The flames that you can see are kind of veering off and kind of illuminating several tents that are nearby, but you don't see any sort of movement from any creatures or anything. As you begin to get closer, if I presume you get closer.
Yeah, I mean, I would continue on at the moment. I'm keeping my eyes sharp.
As you begin to move closer, the tents and the campfire come into vision more clearly. This little settlement, couple tents, campfire. The campfire, since it is still lit, appears to be fairly recent.
Okay.
As the horses come to a slight stop, they neigh and they snort. As you can see, they're kind of riled by something. The noises of the horses wake half of the party up from a very, very light sleep. And the horses are not moving. They are disturbed by something.
Perception
Do I
check.
notice anything strange?
Make a perception check.
As this is all going down, Rosie starts piping up. Narion, what's going on?
You ain't even awake, Ildor. What the hell?
He said half of the party was woken up. I'm assuming, since I'm the only other one who knows how to. I mean, that I'm awake. He said half the party was asleep.
You can
His
assume,
eyeballs are good.
You can assume you're awake.
I throw the 17. Ildor asks what's going on. What do I see?
You see, actually,
You see what I see.
let me. God damn it!
Bandits. Something.
Oh.
That wouldn't be good.
Okay, that's good. Let me bring you all.
Loading road.
Yeah.
You all will see momentarily.
Uh-oh. There's blood.
We all freeze. We all freeze like mid pose, like while we're talking.
Put on this one. I have to scrub my music, bruh.
Ooh, that does not look good.
Let's see what's going on. Let's see it.
Ha.
The horses are sniffing in the air. They are petrified, scared to move.
Oh god, no. There's
Yeah.
another basilisk.
Of course, the horse
Not
is just
in
turned
the-
to stone.
Not in that sense.
They are
They're
turned to
petrified
stone.
due to fear.
Metaphorically.
Orosi starts strapping himself into his armor.
Yeah, I was gonna wonder what I saw so I could tell everybody, cause or if I saw anything.
You see the encampment to your right, several tents accompanied by a lit campfire. You see various belongings from whatever was here kind of like strewn about, and various patches of red smeared across the grass.
So Narion will stand up in the driver's seat and summon. He summons his sword to his hand while it's in its sheath, and while it's kind of in the air, he pulls it from the sheath, and the sheath vanishes back to the dimension where it's held. So I've got my sword drawn now.
Okay.
I'll tell everyone, keep your weapons close. There's something wrong here.
Hey,
Orosi grips his shield and spear,
pull up my staff and I cast Shillelagh.
hops out.
I'm right next to Orosi.
Get the spell book going.
Are you guys coming?
Sylvia gets up,
Yeah.
takes her shield and mace.
Ah.
Walks
My
right along
gods.
with them.
Looks like there's a murder here.
As
Or
you
they're
guys
doing some field
come
dressing.
closer to the encampment, these tents, these makeshift tents, very poor in design, are strewn open. There doesn't appear to be anything within. There are no bodies that are present, but this blood that you can see smeared across the grass, you are unable to tell what it might have come from.
And I do a nature check, or survival, or healing.
I'm kind of standing back here so I can keep an eye on the cart as well, just so you
Alright.
know.
I taste the blood.
Oh.
Jesus Christ,
is
Sylvia.
I don't think that grants you anything. You just
Wait a second.
I drink it.
Was it?
What do
I mean, maybe I can tell like what
uh,
it was from.
Is this
What is-
Omi blood or is this
I
bad
don't
guy?
think
congratulations,
it's
you
random.
you just discovered a new disease.
It jumped a
You
species
got-
barrier.
It was
I'll
the
try
blood.
to-
I was just tasting it. I didn't swallow it.
Iljor, God, I don't know. This seems like a really weird scenario. I don't know if you'd really be able to tell what kind of blood it is. Like,
I do a medicine check, survival.
Yeah, what's a flavor of
It'd probably be like
intelligent beast
nature.
is this?
Yeah, what person juice is this?
I'm gonna go ahead and do a perception check to see if there's any like bags, equipment, or anything left in the tents.
15.
Any worthwhile goods?
Iljor, make a survival
medicine.
check, I guess.
I feel like medicine would be the. I'm just saying.
Probably not.
I don't even know what you'd make a check for.
I would guess nature.
Yeah,
If
make a
you're
nature
gonna-
check. Make a nature check.
Damn, it was almost an 18.
Do I get to? Do I get to?
If you
Based
want,
off the
if you
tasting
if,
the blood.
the taste doesn't do anything for you, but you can make one.
Yeah.
You just taste
You
the
gotta
blood
make
for no.
Gotta make a con check.
Damn.
Can I make an investigation to kind of piece together anything that might have happened?
Sure. And we'll get to you, Orosi, in a minute.
We're all rolling absolute shit.
The Iljor and Sylvia, as you attempt to kind of discern what animal this blood might have came from, you don't determine it to be any sort of creature that would be unfamiliar. Essentially, nothing appears to be out of the ordinary when it comes to the blood. If that makes any sense. If that's any sort of indication. That's the best way I can kind of
Like it's
describe.
not something crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And as you, Anarian, as you make your investigation check,
Yes.
if you peer really far into the map onto one of the boxes that are laying there, you see a bloody handprint. So you can maybe assume that it might be a human's blood or something that a human might have slaughtered and, had done some stuff with.
A humanoid touched blood.
Yes. Rosi, checking the bags and going through some tents, trying to discern exactly who set up camp and what's going on, you find various paperwork. Most of it not legible, but you do find a note. And let me... Music. You should see it in your miscellaneous items under journals, I think.
Hey, Basic, can we get you to draw, like, certain things in campaign moments? Can you draw Sylvia drinking, like, a gallon of blood?
I also want to
joke, and
request
we
when
can
we
do-
walked in on Sylvia with her face in a bucket.
And, like, vampire arc Sylvia. Let's
I'll
go.
have glowing eyes, and she'd just be like,
It's not a phase.
It's just a phase. It is a phase.
let's see. I have tracked them down to the outskirts of the Silverdale. The man in Dracot said he'd pay 40 gold per salvaged hide. Suppose that's a fair offer for such a dangerous animal. One of them took Brigand, small halfling away yesterday to an unknown location. Pray that he's still alive. Apparently these were hunters. By the looks of this note, whatever was here.
Doesn't seem like they've had a good time.
Sylvia calls out. I think I see something here.
Just a duty pile.
Yeah. What,
I think that's where they sat, Sylvia. I don't think you want to stick your face like that what you do.
Don't lick,
with blood.
don't lick it. Please don't lick it.
Please,
What'd you find?
please do
I
not
need
do
to
the.
see what it came from. Yeah.
Is this a burned out fire?
It is probably
Need
the
to find it.
remnants.
Yeah, it just appears to be ash.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like an old fire.
Are these bushes up here and like? Oops, hang on. Fucking button is it? Up here and like down here? Are they trees or
They're
what?
small trees and trees.
Could there be
Look-
something? So they're just trees. They're not like foliage and bushes and shit.
I put everybody's. I'm assuming Ildjur, or sorry, I assume Rosi, you show everybody the note.
Yes.
It is actually. Let me just show players.
Yeah.
Show homies.
Campfire note.
Aaron and
The fire's how big is this fire still?
It's fairly big.
Is this an accurate representation of it?
Not really. It's not as big as you.
That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but like burning wise, like is
uh,
it still like freshly tended? Like it's
If
Oh, it looks several hours old. It doesn't look as fresh as it does in the image, but it's
okay. That's what I meant.
yeah.
Sylvia's just still looking at this like ash.
it,
Does it look
So-
anything like the remains of the fireball from that one creature we fought?
No. This just
Okay.
looks like a pile of ashes. Maybe like
Gotcha.
not really sure. But as
They're hunting something that could take them away.
This
That's
is
kind
when
of.
you were here. Ildjur and Arosi, as you were stopped by the fire, maneuvering about, watching Anarian, kind of on a lookout for looking at the carriage. Sylvia and Carlisle investigating the ash pile,
Yep.
close. Ildjur and Arosi, you see the campfire flicker in the eastern direction. You just see the flames kind of like fall to the right, or fall to the east a little bit, and then come back as a great rush of air can be felt
Like
moving across your face.
Rosie goes to look at wherever the gust came from.
Looking to where the gusts came from, Sylvia and Carlisle, you managed to feel the very small remnants of this brush of air across your face as well. And Narian, as you look back over at the party, you see them all staring in this one particular direction. Off in the darkness, you see the silhouette of a large flying creature. A singular cylindrical body accompanied by two large pairs of wings. The buzzing sound of flight can be felt zippering
it's a giant dragonfly.
down your spine.
Rap.
Hide.
Ildjur
Hi.
has
Yeah, get out.
PTSD that doesn't belong to him.
Rap. Get out.
Get out of here.
Just
It has
go.
several
That was
large
a Prince
dragonflies
Bruh.
It was a halfling.
Oh, they
begin
are.
to just come from out of behind trees and through bushes.
Can I use a reaction to yeet an Eldritch Blast at this thing?
You can next session because that is where we will pick up.
Balls!
So just
Oh,
keep that in
whoa.
mind.
Ildur's getting kidnapped. Ildur's getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
I think we're higher level now, though. Than,
Hey, don't worry.
this
Color
happened to
spray
us.
in this edition doesn't knock you out, buddy.
Yeah,
also,
don't worry.
I'm far enough away from you that you won't hit me with it, you motherfucker.
Instead, Carlisle's going to cast sleep on you.
Okay,
Wait a minute. That didn't have a chance
Carlisle,
to fail.
cast sleep on Ildjur, and let's run the fuck away.
Sleep could fail.
Well, no,
If he
no. I
doesn't
just
roll-
mean like it didn't have a chance to hit an enemy. Like it was just directed at you. The sleep.
The dragonflies.
Oh man, nah. But the color spray, good thing it's nerfed. You can't just knock your friends
It's
unconscious.
unconscious by accident.
Yeah, oops.
Or on
coned
purpose.
him. But honestly, if we were playing with a virtual tabletop, that never will happen because we can see where the cones are and actually use our spells correctly.
I was thinking maybe you guys would have picked up on the. Well, it'd be a very hard hint to pick up on from the note where it says it's taking a halfling away.
I knew. I see.
realized
I
it.
was literally
Yeah.
about to say
Realized
like,
it.
you know, it's something got whatever they
As soon
were
as you
they were
said
looking for
tubular
to take them
body,
away.
As soon as you said tubular body, I'm like, these are fucking giant dragonflies.
Cylindrical.
Yeah,
Cylindrical,
cylindrical
yeah.
with 4 wings. That's a fucking dragonfly, and I know it in my heart.
Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Basically.